The criminal justice system of the Netherlands is the system of practices and institutions of the Netherlands directed at upholding social control, deterring and mitigating crime, and sanctioning those who violate laws with criminal penalties and rehabilitation efforts. The Netherlands Criminal Code is based on the Napoleonic Code, imposed during the time of the French Empire. The Dutch largely kept the Napoleonic Code after their independence, but tempered it with a significantly more rehabilitative penological focus. Law enforcement in the Netherlands is provided by the National Police Force. The police make use of over 50,000 individuals, employed in a number of regional and specialist departments. The States General crafts rules to manage the police, while the Minister of Safety and Justice is responsible for the central administration of the police. The National Police Commissioner is vested with the day-to-day management of the police force. The judiciary comprises 19 district courts, 5 courts of appeal, 2 administrative courts and a Supreme Court that has 41 judges. All judicial appointments are made by the government. Judges are nominally appointed for life, but in practice retire at age 70. The Council of State is a constitutionally established advisory body to the government, which consists of members of the royal family and crown-appointed members generally having political, commercial, diplomatic, or military experience. The Hooggerecht den Nederlanden is the highest court of the Netherlands, Curaçao, Sint Maarten and Aruba. The court sits in The Hague, Netherlands and presides over civil, criminal and tax-related cases. Police organization. From the end of 1945 until 1993, the Dutch police was composed of the Gemeentepolitie and the Rijkspolitie. In 1993, the police were reorganized into 25 regional forces and the Dutch National Police Agency. In total, the police employ over 40,000 individuals. The 25 regional forces are responsible for police care in their respective region in the Netherlands. Each force comprises a number of regional and specialist departments, such as the Juvenile and Vice Squad, the Criminal Intelligence Service and the Aliens Police. The KLPD is responsible for the supervision and surveillance of the motorways, airways, and waterways, as well as providing security for the royal family. In the event of serious emergencies, the police cooperate with the fire brigade, ambulance service and other government agencies in the security region that corresponds to the police region. The police in our municipality are available 24 hours every day for basic law enforcement. The Dutch government is keen to put more police on the street. The uniformed policemen on the street are those of the patrol service. Surveillance is frequently done from patrol cars, horses, and motorbikes. Since the early 1990s, several police regions have been working with neighborhood teams called neighborhood supervisors. One of the burgomasters in a region is the force administrator. The chief public prosecutor and the force administrator have the ultimate responsibility for the administration of the police force. The regional chief of police, however, is vested with the day-to-day management of the police force. When investigating crime, police follow the instructions of the public prosecutor, a member of the Public Prosecution Service. The Public Prosecution Service, under the auspices of the Ministry of Justice, is responsible for maintaining order. Police traditionally carry a baton, handcuffs, and a firearm. Regulations are in place restricting the use of violence in general and firearms in particular. Enforcement. Basic police work includes responsibility for maintaining a visible presence on the street, on foot, or in a marked car. Police are also responsible for basic detective work, such as investigating thefts and burglaries. Police frequently deal with traffic issues, including those of surveillance, accidents, congestion, security, and advising citizens and municipalities. Responsibility also rests with the police to maintain laws and regulations. This may take the form of checking whether foreigners are in possession of the right documents, In 1970, the police cleared 40% of all crimes. However, in 1996 less than 18% of crimes were cleared. This decrease is at least partially caused by the lack of resources and training given police. A recently launched crime control policy plan aims to change this by providing greater resources to the underfunded police department. The plan specifically calls for the implementation of a rehabilitative approach that focuses on tailor-made punishments to confront offenders, and an increase in the Ministry of Justice's budget to roughly €1.07 billion allocated for law enforcement. The plan aims to place an increased emphasis on the supervision of these offenders in order to decrease recidivism rates. Judicial system. The judiciary comprises 19 district courts, 5 courts of appeal, 2 administrative courts and the Supreme Court, which has 41 judges. All judicial appointments are made by the government. Judges are nominally appointed for life, but in practice retire at age 70. The Radvan state is a constitutionally established advisory body to the government, which consists of members of the royal family and crown-appointed members generally having political, commercial, diplomatic, or military experience. The Council of State must be consulted by the Cabinet on proposed legislation before a law is submitted to the Parliament. The Council of State Administrative Law Section also serves as an appellate court for citizens against executive branch decisions. The King is President of the Council of State, but he seldom chairs meetings. The Vice President of the Council of State chairs meetings in the King's absence. Under Dutch constitutional law, the Vice President of the Council is acting head of state when there is no monarch, e.g., if the royal family were to become extinct. For criminal law, the independent Hogerad is the highest court of the Netherlands, as well as Aruba, Curaçao and Sint Maarten. The court was established on 1 October 1838 and sits in The Hague, Netherlands. The jurisdiction of the Supreme Court is limited primarily to civil, criminal and tax-related cases. The court has the authority to overturn rulings by appellate courts and therefore establishes case law, but only if the lower court applied the law incorrectly or the ruling lacks sufficient reasoning. Facts are no longer subject of discussion. The court may not rule on the constitutionality of laws passed by the States General and treaties. Hence, the Netherlands has no constitutional court.